Aha! Here we are again in 2022. Let's see. Let's make sure this bad boy's starting. And there we go. Hello. Okay. Man, I am super stoked to be here today. I have been waiting for this for a long time. We've been working on it for a while. And so we're gonna get started in just a few moments here. But anyways, so we're in 2022. The last time we did a workshop like this, kind of like this, was in April of 2021, and we're already in 2022. That's crazy. And that's tell you what, like for me, I don't know what it is, but I never feel like my new year is starting until after MLK Day. And I think it's because I always know like the kids are going back to school at the beginning of January, but then I always know that we still have a 3-day weekend coming up. And plus also like Modern Youngster, what we do here is we kind of come in after the New Year's resolutions have gone by, and that's when we start to help you guys get set up for your year ahead. So I'm super stoked to be here. I think Heather, you on live. I'm not, just to take care of some housekeeping real quick, Heather. I am trying to figure out with this new way that Facebook is doing live how to see comments. And so what I'm going to ask, Heather, if you don't mind, is as we have comments, this is like just making things so much harder for you, I know, but as we have comments and questions, would you mind texting them to me? Until I figure this out. I guess I didn't realize so much had changed just in, 6 months. I call them add tools. Let me play around with this real quick. Alerts, comments, it's on. Okay, we'll see what happens. So Heather, will you comment, see, so I can see if I can see one of your comments? I know a lot of people, there they are, okay. There we go. I know a lot of people are catching the replay. If you officially signed up for the workshop, Heather's going to be tagging you, so it's super easy. Hi, Heather. So it's super easy for you to jump on. All right, so with that said, Heather Black and I are super excited to share with you some of the tools that have led our clients over 2021 to have great success. And we want these tools to be tools that you can use to fill in the gaps from where you are to where you want to be, and to be kind of your go-to, right? So really what it's time for is it's time to roll up our sleeves, it's time to get busy, and it's time to really decipher, focus, analyze, figure out what we want and how we're going to get that this year. And we cannot wait to show you the tools that we have in store for you. So basically we look back on last year and we realized when we ran the numbers that 90% of our membership accomplished their goals in 2021. And that was a shit little year. And so we looked at everything we kind of did. We took all of our systems and our processes and then even our yoga and our mindfulness and put it all together and started to create systems that are proven and that work. And we want you guys to have that same kind of success. So we're going to share it all with you. So keep in mind that we have a workbook with this. Please feel free to print that out. We'll get to that a little bit more in just a moment. If you are live, make sure you hashtag hello and live so that we can see you and say hello and interact and engage with you. If you're on replay, please hashtag replay as well, because we want to know that you're here, you're doing the work, and you're involved and engaged in your continuous growth and development. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Erica B. Irvin, and I have to use the B when I say my name now because there is a 6'8" actress in California, and her name is Erica Irvin. And so I decided that's the one way I can distinguish myself from her in a Google. So that people don't think I am a 6'8". And I read somewhere also that she used to be a dominatrix or something. I was like, I think I need to put the B in my name. So I created Modern Youngster in 2019 officially. And what Modern Youngster is, you guys, is it's a made up word, but it is a movement. It is a way of life. And this way of life really kind of came into fruition in 2020. So I've always said, the rumors of, I can work-life balance is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. It's not. I've always said it's the real deal. And so one of the best things that came for Modern Youngster was 2020 COVID. Here's why. Because so many people got a taste of what it could be like to live, not live to work. And what it could be like to have that work-life alignment and that work-life balance. And so for us, 2020 was a very pivotal year in the mindsets of Americans. And not just Americans, Australians. We have Australian clients as well. Oh, time zone's terrible, but anyways, that's what we do. We work with it, and so that's kind of where we are right now. And so let's talk about real quick who this workshop is for. You'll see me looking down, you guys, because I am a note taker. I love notes, so please forgive me if you think that I am like turning my head away from you. I'm not. I'm reading my notes. So this workshop is for any one of us who believe in continuous improvement, who want to learn more about themselves, who believe that we start by changing the world from the inside out. And those who are ready to roll up their sleeves, ready to change. Now, I say ready to change because that's a really important part of all of this. Because, sometimes we're not ready to change and it's not a bad thing. We're just not right there in the right spot at that time in our life. And maybe, there's not profound changes we want to make. It's the little changes we want to work on. And so, I think that there is a difference between survival mode and thriving mode. And sometimes we have to honor that survival mode. But we just have to make sure we don't get stuck in it, right? Because once you kind of get stuck in that survival mode, well, then it kind of starts to become a characteristic of ourselves. And then it becomes a part of our personality, and it becomes embedded in us, and it makes change even more difficult. So those that are in kind of that thriving mode or ready to get out of survival mode and see what that takes, please join us. We're going to go Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 12 to 12:50. All right. Now, I know that the invitation said 1:30. That's because we are available until 1:30, but the actual bulk of the workshop is going to be between 12 and 12:50. And so please jump on live for that every day. If you have registered, then I will be sending you the replay links. If you have not, no worries. You still have plenty of time to register, and you can grab that workbook as well. So in this workshop, guys, we're going to really focus on gaining clarity in what you want, what you really truly want, and how exactly to get that. And I really want to help you re-energize and reinvigorate your creative side to make all this happen, right? Let's get that vitality flowing back through us in 2022 and keep it going all year long. That's the key right there. Finding that sustainable motivation. Now, does that mean you're going to be motivated every single day of the year? Hell no, we're going to have our down days. But what it means is that we're going to work on those tools to help you get out of your funks when life gives you those punches in the face or the ups and downs of life. Because we know they're going to come, right? The only certain thing is uncertainty. And I think we can say that's a hella true for 2022. Can I get an amen? Tell me, please. All right, you guys. So, oh yeah, and so one of the other things that y'all are really going to get from this workshop, I say, oh yeah, like it is like the main thing, is we're going to get you a customized individual development plan. All right. So this is what we do here at Modern Youngster. We help our clients in corporate situations and even our one-on-one, our individual memberships create strategy. All right. And I'm going to show you the formula for change later. Hint, hint, part of it's strategy, but that's all I'm going to tell you right now. And what I've done, guys, is I have taken kind of personal development, personal organization, mind, thought, action, organization. I've started to approach it like I would our business. And we look at things quarterly. We've got gap and needs analysis is what we're going to do this week. We're actually going to do full analysis on you guys. Well, half. The other part is a different workshop. So, okay, we're moving on, guys. Disclaimer, we want to share with you the tools that has made 90% of our membership successful. I already said that. I'm going to say it again because they're proven. They work. We want this for you. We want it for everyone because you deserve it. So have patience with yourself as you're going through this and learning these things. Be open to some of these things and be brave. Because we are going to be, really kind of thinking about some things that might not just be top level, a little bit deeper for you. And sometimes that is that can be kind of scary to see what you're going to find out. So just be brave, you guys. we want this for you. We really do. And that's why we're here. That's why we started Modern Youngster, this movement, so that men and women know that it is obtainable to have that work-life balance, to have that fulfillment and engagement in life, so that you can make memories even in the small moments, not just those big ass vacations and stuff like that. Every moment counts. One thing that I know for a fact, you guys, is that this is my mission. This is my mission. And I'm so happy, Heather Black, that you have jumped on board with us. For all our Inner Circle members, awesome. I know it's your mission. We want to leave this world to our children to be a place where stress and disease is not the status quo. It's not norm. I won't have it. It's bullshit. It doesn't need to happen. But we have to have systematic changes and individual interpersonal changes, all right? Or, changes within us. And so that's what we do here at Modern Youngster. So please, again, hashtag replay if you're watching the replay, hashtag live so we can start that conversation. I got it to where I can see, hi Amanda, I got it to where I can see all of you guys now. Hey Amy, I'm so glad you're on. That's awesome. Let me take a second here. Kim, you rock. Hello, hello. Thanks guys. All right. And so again, if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. So we're gonna have a contest. You ready? You know I love to give away stuff. Oh yeah, we're gonna give something away. But here's what you gotta do. You gotta motivate somebody today. You have to inspire them. You have to bring them hope. That's the challenge. And I want you to do this also by helping us get the word out there with Modern Youngster. So I challenge you to take a picture of yourself doing a self-care moment, or just even with this screen in the background, take a selfie, or just share on social media something that you learned about yourself today, or maybe it's even your word of the year. Just feel free to share it in hashtag Modern Youngster, and you're gonna be put in a drawing for a prize that will be mailed straight to your doorstep. It's nothing downloadable, baby. This is common tangible. Loot, loot, loot. All right. Etiquettes, guys, it's not really etiquettes. Just ask questions when you want to ask questions. Meet some people in the comments. This is super casual, and feel free to engage. Everyone here is here to support and learn, all right? So a lot of times I found that the question that you have, somebody else has as well. All right, we're moving on quickly, guys. So we already talked about the details live here every day. Heather's going to tag you guys once we go live. Thank you so much, Heather, for doing that. And so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 12 to 12:50. And for those that signed up, we'll get the recordings to you. And please know that there will be shameless plugins for our membership as we go along the way. Full transparency. But also on Thursday, we have a really great offer for you as well. So here we go, guys. I want to get started. You ready to roll up your sleeves? And let's do it. So we're going to start with the workbook. Make sure you print it out. I highly, highly recommend printing it out because it also acts as kind of a journal and a doodler. And then if you need that, hashtag in the comments workbook, or you can reach out to Heather and I and we can send it to you. Okay, we can work that out. No worries. All right, so here is the front page of the workbook. That's not really a cover page, but it'll do for now. So this is gonna be your roadmap, and it's gonna kind of walk you through the process that we're doing here. And it's gonna help you stay organized and connected and motivated all year long. So this is gonna be a really great resource for you because all of the stuff that we're doing in here is duplicable. What we do this week, you can do with something, a totally different goal or desire next week. You can do this over and over. So that's what makes this so great, is it is duplicable. And so again, my name is Erica Irvin. Heather Black is our very first employee of Modern Youngster, and we have grown this year. We've grown together this year, and I'm super, super excited to announce Heather as our self-care coach, and she is also the director of our self-care subscription boxes that are coming out very soon. So again, that tangible thing, remember I told you about earlier? That's what we're going to start sending people. We want people to have something to touch, hold on to, feel right on. All right, so I'm moving on to the second page, guys. And this is just reminding you to print it out. Print it out if you can. And so let's start with part 1. This is our foundational session, you guys. And we're going to be building your pivot platform. So what I want to do first is if you did this with me last year, if you've done any work with me this year, you know that this is an extremely powerful exercise that we're about to do, and it's your energy check. So I want you to write down right now how you're feeling. How's your energy? How are you feeling? It can be a word, it can be a phrase, and please feel free to share it with us in the comments. I'm going to take a sip while y'all do that. There's no right or wrong, you guys. It's just what is. It's how you're feeling right now. All right. So then what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take 5 deep breaths together. So try to get your feet flat on the ground if you can. You have a comfortable spine, but look, you're not sitting up like this with the shoulders back. Your spine is neutral and you're comfortable. Relax the arms. You can place them on the desk or on your lap, palms down. If you're comfortable with it, close your eyes. It's just 5 breaths. And as you breathe in 5 times, I'm going to count. Your breath may be different than my count. That's okay. Your breath reigns supreme for you. I want you to just focus on the sound of your breath. That's it. All right? So take a nice breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, allow your face to soften, the shoulders to soften, out through the mouth. In breath. Out breath. In breath. And out breath. One more. Keep relaxed in the face. Mouth is slightly open. And out breath. Okay. Now open your eyes and jot down now how your energy feels. Does it feel different? Does it feel the same? Did your mood change? And please share that with you. The breath is such a powerful tool, you guys. Hopeful, Amy says. Awesome. Excited, Heather. Beautiful. Love it. And so feel free, you guys, to write in the comments. There's a little bit of a lag time there. But you can take that breath anywhere with you. You can take it to the grocery store. You can take it to your kids' school functions. You can definitely take it to work and use that as a tool anywhere you go. We take over 20,000 breaths a day, and it connects us with life. And how often do we actually think about the breath? It's really important, and that's why it's so powerful in regulating emotions and the mind. So use that tool any time of the day, all right? So we're gonna move on. I wanna talk to you real quick kind of about the Modern Youngster core values, but first, I have a question for you. I would love to know your word of the year, all right? This is something, usually we do a workshop on this, and I know that Heather's got some really cool things that she does with the word of the year. I wanna hear from you. Have you thought about what you want this year? Or how you want to feel, like make that desire based on a feeling. So for me, for instance, my word of the year is connected. I want to connect. I want to connect with more people. I'm in this connection deficit over the past 2 years, and I want to connect. And so, for example, we have a member. Her word is bold. All right, and so please share us your word that is for your word of the year. Love it, you guys. Yes, keep talking, keep introducing yourself. Okay, Amy, elevated now. So that was afterwards, you feel elevated. I freaking love that. And that's right, Amy, your word is intentional. And that's why you're here today, right? Because you're being intentional about your personal development and about your life organization. So kudos to all you guys. Please keep writing in the comments. We come back and visit these all throughout the week. And I love to see them. I love, love, love to see them. All right, so we have developed some core values of Modern Youngster. So as you guys know, this is a made-up word. So I tell everybody, I used to be an ex-yang banger, one of those go, go, go people. And I really, really tried to change, but at the end of the day, I just want what I want. And I'm not going to change. I think I'm always going to be a yang banger, a go-go kind of person. I strive for excellence. Even though that may not look the same, like the same thing every day, I do strive to do the best. And I know a lot of you guys are here because you're the exact same way. And so what we tried to do, you guys, is we really kind of tried to help define a little bit more of what a modern yinster is. And that's somebody who does value the softer side of life and understands that in order to speed up your success, there is a yin moment. We've got to pull back. We have to have that softness, that flow of life, and that is yin. All right. So that's the yin and yang concept. There are two characteristics that you cannot have one without the other. And we're going to get into that later. So the core values that we have come up with Modern Yinster, and this took us quite a while to come up with, and they mean a lot to us, and I'm super excited to share them with you. Because within these core values, you're also going to see opportunity to keep you motivated. And there might be a word that resonates with you here as well to help define what you want as we move through this program. So the first one, I'm on this page. Page 3 is people first. We put people first. We put each other first. And that's exactly what we're going to provide for you. That's why we're here today, is we're putting you first because we want you to have this stuff because it really works and we want you to succeed. The second one is inclusion. One of the things that since we have kind of moved into this hybrid space, this sense of inclusion is going to be more and more important because working in a hybrid space for so long, I realized that for 15 or 14 years now, well, maybe it's like 13, I realized that you can get lost in this space very quickly. Not seen, not heard, forgot about you. So inclusion is very important to us here at Modern Yinster. Continuous growth, as you guys all know, that's with the little person in the flower. I thought that was clever. Transparency. Why is transparency so important? Because I think we're all craving it. One of the biggest successes that we had last year is our roundtables, and you're going to have lots of opportunities to join those, guys. But our roundtables, because it provided a space for us to be completely transparent and open about what we're feeling, and then we knew that, oh my gosh, we're not the only ones that feel that way. And so there was that element, transparency of peer learning, and it was really powerful moments. And so I want you to feel comfortable being yourself, because there's enough of the other people in the world. You've heard it before a million times. And you have the ability to live up to your full potential, but you have to be yourself. Be unapologetically yourself. And with that, own it, and then start to take imperfect action, which is what we're doing today. And so the last one is collaboration. We collaborate, we work together. We are a team here at Modern Yinster. No matter if you're on this workshop for the very first time and we've never even met, you're part of our team, and we welcome you here. All right, so the pillars of the Pivot program. Guys, these are important, and again, today is a foundational day, all right? So stay with me, write them down. So I think of the pillars as literal pillars that are holding up a stage, right? And each one of those has its own very important function. And so think of this, like those pillars are what make up not just Modern Yinster, you guys, but the change that we need to have, or the change that we want. This is how we get it, through these pillars, all right? And this is how you're going to pivot and change easily, smoothly, quickly, is through these pillars. So think of this as this whole program is like, we're your stage. I'm just your stage. Heather and I are your stage. We're helping you hold up the stage, and your stage center. You've stepped up onto this stage. You've put your crown back on your head, and you're owning it. And what we're doing, our job, our privilege, is to make sure that we give you the most support so that you can have the best performance of your life on this stage this year. So the first pillar of the Modern Yinster Pivot program is a multidimensional approach. We'll go over that in a second. So this is a multidimensional approach that really helps build that foundation for your change. The next one is accountability, coaching, and community support. It's all squished in as one. Accountability, coaching, and community support. So write these out, and then we're going to go back and I'm going to show you yin yang on it. And then the third one is all of this is through proven science and behavior change. All right, so that's what is supporting you, is proven science for behavior change. And then the last one is self-care. I mean, that's how Modern Dinster started, was self-care, and that will always be a pillar for your stage for success. All right, you guys. Oh, I'm going to read you this statistic. Okay. So, 64 respondents to this one poll said that self-care provides a much-needed boost to their self-confidence. 2 in 3 people feel more productive, and 71% feel happier after taking time out for themselves. It works. Now, the catch is, how do we incorporate that into our day like a doctor's appointment to where we know that it's going to happen? All right, you guys. So moving on to the next page. So we're going to, page 4. We ready? I'm gonna take a break real quick and look for any questions. Oh, thanks, Heather. That's awesome. Perfect. That's why you're here. That's right, Amy. Not intentional. I love it. I like that word elevated too, guys. All right. So, please feel free to ask questions again, guys. This is open forum. All right. And the last time we did this, we were on Zoom, and I liked that. I liked that a lot. So we're just kind of playing with what people want and, seeing what works. So during this program, you guys, we're on the next page. You're going to pivot towards your wants. You're going to organize your thoughts and actions. We're playing fill in the blanks, gang. You're going to pivot towards your wants, your true unconditioned wants. And then we're going to take your actions and make sure they align with your thoughts. And we're going to make sure your thoughts align with your goals. So it's all this beautiful flow. And we're going to do the set into motion strategies to achieve work-life balance. Work-life balance, work-life fulfillment. I love the word work-life engagement, but it really is kind of whatever resonates with you. So the formula for change, are you ready, guys? Here we go. Pausing for suspense. Okay. It is 2 things, but within those 2 things, there's a lot of other things. The formula for change is change equals strategy and flow. Strategy plus flow equals your change, you guys. But what the hell does that mean? So in those 2 boxes below, I want you to write strategy on top of one box and flow on top of the other box. All right? And so think of your strategy. Remember we were talking about those pillars just a second ago? We talked about the proven science and the multidimensional approach, guys. The strategies are the processes and systems that we develop, and we develop simple ones, by the way. But they're our yang. They're the action steps. This is what we're doing. We are doing these things. We are doing these things. And so the flow aspect of it is the yin aspect. And that is being, right? So you've got the doing with the yang, and you've got the doing with the strategy, but the other part is the being. And listening and observing what's going on around you and within you. And so we cannot just be go, go, go all the time. We've got to take that time to pull back and work on ourselves. And sometimes not even work on ourselves. Just go on a walk and listen to the crunch of the leaves underneath your feet. Because life organically happens if you allow it to. And you'll notice that things aren't changing the way you want to. And you'll feel this resistance if you're always going and not making time for this flow. You'll start to feel resistance. It's almost like, oh, you're almost there. Your hand is on the door to open up the door to the next chapter of your life, but you just can't get it. There's a restriction. What's going on? Step back. Find that flow. And so that's the yin part of things. And we're going to really be working on a lot of that flow and that self-care some out of the box self-care stuff on Thursday. So make sure you stay with us through all of this. So this is kind of cool. And I really want to hone in on this this is not a 1-to-1 ratio. This is not yin sitting on one side, yang sitting on the other side of the seesaw, and it's, perfectly balancing out. That's not what this is. All right. And so a 1-to-1 ratio means you don't spend 10 minutes in yin and 10 minutes in yang. In fact, most of it is we are doing. We are active in strategy. We are active in our days. We are active picking up kids. We are active chopping off our to-do lists. And that takes the majority of the day. But all we need is a little bit of that other part of the equation, a little bit of that flow to make that, the doing, go much smoother, to where we have a lot more clarity and direction on what we're doing. So that is balance or engagement. So it's not a 1-to-1 ratio with that. And so think about this. The next little fill in the blank, gang. Work life is not measured in time spent in each role, but rather the amount of engagement within each role or dimension of life. I use those interchangeably. So it's not measured. Success, work-life balance is not measured in the amount of time. It's measured in the amount of presence and engagement within those moments. So think about when you work. You can be hella productive if you're engaged, if you're present, if you're not spread all over the place, and you're clear, right? But to get that, you got to do the other stuff. You've got to do that flow stuff, okay? So that's what we're going to do this week, guys. We're going to set you up with the strategies that you need, but we're also going to invite in that flow. And it's just going to be a beautiful marriage of amazingness, darling. Yes, yes, yes. So now we're going to ask our big question. And so this is going to be our first exercise of the day, all right? So if you want to get up, stretch your legs, not that kind of exercise. I found this really good tea, y'all. It's peppermint and black tea. It's awesome. And it doesn't give you jitters. Okay. So the big ass question, guys. And I have to be honest, last year when I asked this question, it was a trigger for a lot of people. I got quite a few personal messages from you guys, which I really, really appreciated. I absolutely loved. But it was eye-opening. It was a huge lesson for me that this can really be triggering for a lot of us. And even certain times of the year, it can be triggering. And it seems like what's such a simple question, but what is it that you really want? So put that question down in that little gray area. So that question is, what do you want? What are your desires? Then we're gonna go to the next page and we're gonna break this down. So this is the I want exercise. I think of a child going, I want. So what I'd like you to do, please, is split that box in two. You see how I did that? Okay, so I split the box in two. And y'all, I do this all the time for myself because it's pretty eye-opening. And in fact, at the beginning of last year, we did an exercise to where we wrote out 300 wants. That is really cool. I know that's a lot. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't even happen within a week. But this is just kind of a sidebar. If you ever want to do that exercise, it gives you some insight onto what's really important to you. It's a beautiful, beautiful journaling exercise. And so I have, it took me a couple months, but I got to 300 and it was like, wow. And then you start noticing patterns in what you want. And it can really help you hone in and start to chip away at how to get what you want. So we've got this box, we cut it in two. Now we've got two boxes instead of one. Life is grand. And so on the left side, I just want you to put I want. And on the right side, I want you to put my wild woman wants. All right? If you're a man, you're going to put my wild man wants. Right? Like that instinctual want. If you could have anything in the world, what would it be? Without any conditions of life, right? Without thinking, oh, well, that's what I shouldn't do. Like, leave out the should and shouldn'ts. On that right side, put your wild wants down. How wild are they? And then on the other side, your everyday wants, the I want. And you're going to fill this out. But I've got a challenge for you when you're filling this out. No less than 10 on each side. Cool. Can I get some love in the comments? Is that fine? Does that sound like a good idea? Oh, it triggered you, Heather? That question? Yeah, that's right, Heather. And so you're, and not everyone's balance is going to look the same. I'm so glad you brought that up because it's true. Like in even everyone's in certain times of their life, it's not going to look the same because maybe sometimes we just need a little bit more flow rather than strategy. We got to step back. You know, I'm so glad you brought that up, Heather, because I was thinking about this. You know, sometimes we're just like in this kick-ass mode and we're going to kick ass, but it's not going to be like that all the time. And sometimes it's just kind of, we have to do the best at what life gives us. And that is exactly what Heather is saying here, is that you have to, excuse me, let me find it again. Thanks for the comments, guys. This is great. You have to do what's best for you at that particular time in your life, right? And only you know that. And a lot of times it's hard to know that if you're going all the time. All right, here we go. We're moving on. Did you write down any wants? So this is what's fun, y'all. This is what's fun because we've got our in-person retreat coming up. We've got roundtables coming up. You're more than welcome to come, but this is the kind of stuff that we talk about. We talk about this, we open up to each other, that transparency piece comes out, and there's so much value into connecting with other people who you can learn from, who you can help, guys. Like, how much do we learn about ourselves by helping others? And that's what the hell I'm talking about when we talk about those values, right? Those core values of what this is all about, this movement is all about. It's about that collaboration and the inclusion and all the amazing things. So does anybody want to tell us what they want? You know I'm going to do it. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. What do you truly desire? Come on, y'all. Don't be shy. Did I ever tell you that I am the queen of the silent game? I will wait for those wants forever. Fine, we're gonna move on. All right, you guys. I'll check back in just a second, all right? So again, we're gonna do 10 wants on each side. We're gonna review all of this tomorrow. How are we doing on time? 12:36. I think we're doing great. So what questions do you have so far? What concerns do you have so far? And I know this is very different than a roundtable style, but we can still make this work. We can still communicate, you guys. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Please know that there is no right and wrong to this, all right? Okay, so Amy, I'm gonna share this with everybody. She says more autonomy over my time and energy. And so by autonomy, Amy, you mean like a personal freedom, personal governance over your time and energy, more control over your time and energy. And so that is important to you. That's what you really, really want this year. I love it. It's obtainable. And so as we keep moving on, control. Okay, got it. Awesome. As we keep moving on, we're going to show you how to do that. All right. So I do want to keep in mind what you want. You wrote it down, right? Keep writing down. You can doodle. You can keep writing down as we go. But we are going to talk about that multidimensional. Again, guys, this is part 2, so we're moving into strategy, but you got to know a little bit about, the multi-dimensions that we're talking about because they're a part of the analysis that we're going to do probably tomorrow, all right? So how to decipher what to change. So we're going to begin curating your plan of action, then we're going to go back to those wants. So you have tonight to work on those wants, all right? You have to the next video before we start to revisit them. Coolio? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Where'd you go? What did I do? Hi, there you are. Did I go out? Did I go like black on you? I don't know if I did. So, taking a multi-dimensional approach is a really fantastic way. Now I know that it means more of like there's more to think about and look at, but that's why we have these strategies and processes so that we can keep it all organized. And so when we're taking a multi-dimensional approach, we're filling in the blank, gang, it allows us to easily recognize and reflect on what's most important to us, what's most important to you. All right. So think about this. I think, and we did this in April of 2021, I think of this as I've got this shining light here, just this big diamond. It's shining. Can you see it? It's not really there, but it just feels like it's exuding. And this is a multifaceted diamond. Each of those facets represents a different dimension of our life. And we need to chip away at them. We need to chip away at them to find out what we truly want and need in that dimension. What we truly, let's say this, what we need, and also how we're going to get that, right? We keep chipping away at it, but then we need to polish it so that that dimension shines ever so brightly. It's glowing, your shine is out there, you're reaching your full potential. And we do that with every dimension. All of those facets is every dimension, and we're continually working to shine them and hone them. And so that's what this is. And so the World Health Organization, like them or not, this is what they say that the dimensions are, guys. And if you look different places, you're going to find different dimensions. I like these dimensions because this past year I had the privilege to work with a lot of attorneys and legal professionals. And this is what the American Bar Association also is their guideline as well. And I've looked at others, I like others, but I really like this one as well, especially for people like us that are kind of, we're go-getters. We like to accomplish things, right? So I'm going to go around this pretty little circle here. See that? And I'm going to give you a little bit more details into each one. And you need to know the details to each one, just on a very top level, because then they're going to kick in your mind, oh, is that what I need to work on right now? Or can I put that on the back burner? All right. So we've got a whole gap analysis for this that goes into more detail we're going to do at the retreat, but this is what we're going to do for now. Okay. And so as I'm going through these, if anything rings with you in your head, write it down, right? This is, again, kind of your journal. And so let's start with the physical. We'll start in the right upper corner. So the physical is your physical activity. I'm going to put it up here. Your physical activity, nutrition, all right, sleep. And get this, guys. It's also your recovery. That's funky on the microphone, I bet. It's also your recovery from stress, from anxiety, from trauma. That's part of the physical dimension, making that shine as brightly as you can. Okay, and so maybe this year you want to focus on losing a few pounds. Maybe this year you just want to focus on being healthier than you were last year. That's your physical dimension, all right? So your emotional dimension, you guys, is developing, being able to identify and manage your emotions, all right? And that can be really telling in and of itself when we do that with ourselves, when we really kind of ask those questions, right? I'm all about asking ourselves questions. Why am I feeling this way? What triggered me feeling this way? How can I change that? And then that gives you back control over that emotional facet, that emotional dimension of your life. Professional. Cultivating professional satisfaction. Can be financial also, right? It's just enjoying your job. Hell, enjoying your job. Enjoying what you do, feeling appreciated, feeling valued within what you do. And social, guys, this one is one of my favorites because it's something that has been lost, since 2020, and so it's really important. And we are social beings. We crave social safety, and so the dimension that a lot of people can work on or want to work on is like me, creating that connection this year. Right? So is your social life a place where you want to focus and spend some time looking into and finding out different ways you can shine that facet and regain some vitality in that area? And that's the sense of connection and belonging in a well-developed support network, but while contributing to groups and activities. So like we had talked about, kind of teaching each other, right? We're in this together. We're helping each other out. It feels great to be social and help other people out. Spiritual, that's developing a sense of purpose and belonging, all right, in all aspects of life. And then the last one, guys, is intellectual, and that's just a continuous learning and in creative things, but also intellectually challenging yourself to keep the mind sharp. Now, all of these, guys, it's not a balance thing. They all feed into each other, and it's just, you have to kind of look at this and say, okay, where did I resonate the most? Where could I feel that I really needed the most change? Then what we're going to do is we're going to go back, and tomorrow we're going to look at, so I need you to highlight, like circle these that resonated most with you. And then after you write all your 20 wants, your wild wants and your everyday wants, then we're going to see how these connect. Did some of these really align with each other? And the ones that really aligned with each other, we'll move on to the analysis tomorrow at noon, right here. Okay, I'm going to look down. We're going to see if there's any comments here. We're here. Thank you, Amy. Okay, so Amy, I'm gonna pick on you for a second. Thank you for responding and being very transparent with us. That's really awesome. So you said more autonomy over my time and energy. Does that fall, what life dimension does that fall under? Does it fall under more than one? It can, right? There's no rules here. So let us know. That's interesting. All right, you guys. I think this is a really good stopping point. I know I'm stopping for 3 minutes shy, but I guarantee you I can fill up those 3 minutes chatting. I'm going to check in the comments in just a second. We're checking the comments, you guys, all throughout the week. And make sure you come back and check in the comments and engage too. You never know who you're going to meet, right? That's that social aspect we just talked about. So tomorrow we're going to learn how to do the needs analysis. And, you know, if you look at stuff like this and you're like, holy shit, that looks confusing, don't look at it, because it's really not. And I'm going to walk you all through it tomorrow. And this is where we start to get in also to that yang aspect of it, because this is strategy. This is all strategy. This is what I do for my business quarterly too. This is what I do for my life quarterly. And also within, you know, our membership, we do this as well. So tonight, work on those wants. And please let us know how you're doing with all of this. I would love for you to tag us and hashtag Modern Yinster for that selfie, and let us know one thing that you learned about yourself today. You are welcome to invite friends, you guys. If you need the workbook, Heather and I are more than welcome, are happy to send it to you. We want to send you this stuff, right? I mean, like this is what we love to share, and this is what we have deep conversations on, and we can go down rabbit holes. But so for now, we've got a great foundation built. Your stage is solid. You're kind of starting to get your head back into that change mode of what you want to change, how you want to change, and start really looking at it from a more strategic standpoint, and really getting yourself set up for success. So tomorrow we're going to start hitting it quick. We're going to start really taking some action points tomorrow. If you have a planner, bring it with you. Doesn't matter if it's the Modern Yinster planner or not, don't matter. But if you have a planner or any kind of other journal, bring that with you, all right? Because we're going to start taking some strategic actions and building some blueprints for you guys. And with that said, I want you all to have a wonderful day. And even if it doesn't turn out wonderful, what did we talk about earlier? Just make the most of what you got. Even when life gives you those punches, we got to figure out ways to make the most out of it. Please let us know how we can support you. We are here for you. We really care for you. And you are very important, because this, like I said, I'm serious about this freaking mission. I cannot leave this world to my babies like this, to where they're gonna live a life where they stress and disease is the norm. And that takes all of us working together. That takes you teaching yourself how to do it, me teaching myself how to do it, you teaching your kids how to do it. me teaching my kids how to do it, all right? And that's how we're going to make change, and that change will ripple. But we have to be, Amy, intentional, all right? We've got to be bold with the steps that we take, and we can do this together. So, until tomorrow, adieu, unless you message us a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we are here if you have any questions at all, all right? Final farewells. Peace. Oh gosh, I missed all that. There we go. Okay, think on the dimensions. Yeah, cool. And Amy, I'm gonna put underneath that what I asked you, so that people that are following just in the comments can see also. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye.